Hello students, welcome again in the video lecture presentation series on plant ecology. I am Dr. Deepak Koche, working as Professor, Department of Botany, Sri Shivaji College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Akola, Maharashtra. Today I am presenting here the 11th lecture in the series, and the title is Population Ecology. And in this lecture we are going to see only the basic features of population ecology that has been studied in most of the undergraduate courses. So the first point is, what exactly is the population? Now population is usually defined as a subset or an assemblage of individuals of same species occupying a specific area. It is called as the population. What exactly it is? It is the assemblage of individuals of same species that occupy a specific area. It is called as the population. Now population of a single species of animal, or it may be a plant, but the species should be same. That means it is an aggregation or the assemblage of only one species. Okay, now what exactly is the population ecology that we will see? Population ecology is nothing but the study of processes that affects the distribution and abundance of animal or plant populations within a specific geographical area. It includes ecological aspects of species with its population genetics. What exactly we are going to study in population ecology? In general, in population ecology we have to study the process that affected the general distribution and abundance of different species of animals or plants in a specific geographical region, their population dynamics and population genetics. Now here you can see that I had shown an assemblage of zebra, a common wild animal. Okay, now this is an assemblage of zebra. There you can see it is the population of zebra in a particular grassland. Okay, now what different types of characteristic features or basic features that we are going to study in this particular lecture? Those are population density, natality, that is birth rate, mortality, that is death rate, population growth, age distribution and pyramids, and population fluctuation. These important characteristic features of population that we are going to study one by one in this lecture. The first one, population density. Now what exactly is the population density? Now generally this population density refers to the size of any population in relation to some unit space or area. What it is? Size of any population, that means assemblage of any species in relation to some unit space, that is a specific geographical area. It is expressed in terms of individuals. Generally we refer as the abundance of that particular species. Okay, or biomass per unit area or volume. Okay, for example, if there is one particular forest, and if we want to study the population density of one particular plant, suppose there is a teak plant. Okay, so we can say that there are 1000 teak trees per acre in a particular area, or suppose in the forest 12 lions per 100 square kilometer are found in this particular area. we can say like that. So this is the population density. Again, the 10 million diatoms per cubic meter of water in a particular dam or particular water body. This type of measurements can be taken as a population density. This population density is a static and it changes with time and space. Okay, it is seldom static. It is not a fixed one. It changes from place to place, or as per it depends on the area, it depends on the time. Okay, and it is calculated as D, capital D, equal to N by A, where N equal to number of individuals at specific time and A is area. Okay, so this is about the population density. Next one is the natality. It is generally referred as the birth rate. Okay, that we will see here. Now this natality refers to the number of births per unit time per unit area. It is number of births, that is एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम, गिवन टाइम में एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया में कितने बर्थ्स हुए, दैट वी हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई. ओके, इट इज कॉल्ड एज द rate of reproduction also. Okay, it is expressed as a production of new individuals in the population either by birth, by hatching, by germination or by fission. Okay, this birth rate or natality is usually referred calculated as number of births per unit time divided by average population. Okay, the maximum number of births produced by an individual under ideal condition, it is called as the potential natality. Okay, it's very important term, potential natality. It is the maximum number of births produced by an individual under ideal condition is called as the potential natality. It is also referred as the reproductive, biotic, absolute or maximum natality. Okay, these are the synonymous terms. Potential natality equal to reproductive or biotic or absolute or maximum natality. This natality found to be varies from species to species and depends on the population density in a particular area. Okay, maximum or the absolute natality is observed when the species is in ideal ecological condition. If the all environmental condition, climatic conditions, if all these conditions are ideal or optimum, then you generally observe the maximum or the absolute natality. Okay, then the third one, it is called as the mortality. Another unique feature, mortality, it is the death rate. Okay, mortality refers to the number of deaths occurs in a population per unit time in a particular area. Okay, it is generally defined as D by T. Mortality rate is defined as D by T, where D is the number of deaths and T it is a given time. Okay, mortality could be expressed as either maximum or specific or potential mortality, and the second one ecological or realistic mortality. Now what exactly is the maximum or the specific or potential mortality? It represents the maximum or theoretical loss of individuals from a population at given ideal, that is ideal condition, which is non-limiting. There is no limiting factor if such is the condition, and if the mortality occurs in that particular area in without limiting condition, then it is called as the minimum, specific or potential mortality. Okay, second one is the ecological or realistic mortality. It represents the death of individuals from a population at given existing environmental condition. Realistic means in real sense, if whatever it may be the environmental condition may be, in such case what exactly is the rate of mortality is, that is called as the maximum mortality, okay, or the ecological or realistic mortality. The maximum mortality generally found to be occur at egg stage or larval stage or seedling stage or and the old stage, okay. That means in the early phase of life or in the latter phase of life, last phase of life, okay. So this is about the mortality. Now a few interesting features that we are going to see here, those are, if the death rate equals the birth rate, then the population is supposed to be stationary. अगर किसी population में डेथ रेट और बर्थ रेट एक जैसा है, इक्वल है, then you can say that that particular population is stationary population. The ratio of birth rate to death rate, it is called as the vital index, okay. For a population, birth rate is more important than the death rate. This is very unique, very important feature, okay. That means the number of survivors are more important than the number of individuals they get die, okay. Mortality is also expressed in the as the life expectancy. Now what exactly is the life expectancy? It is the average number of years the members of a population have left to live, okay. So these are certain general terms that usually we use in ecological studies, and being a student of ecology you have to understand this. Now the another important feature is the survivorship curve. Now what exactly is the survivorship curve? The survivorship curve is a graph showing the number or population of individuals surviving to each age for a given species or group, that is males or females. The survivorship curve can be constructed for a given cohort, that is a group of individuals of roughly same age, based on the life table, okay. So here three different types of curves has been found that you can understood on the basis of the lifespan, okay. Now the first type, it is generally followed by the human population. In the insects and avians they follow the type 2 curve, and in case of the plants it is generally the type 3 curve, survivorship curve has been found there, okay. The next important aspect is population growth, okay. How a particular population is growing, okay. The growth is one of the dynamic feature that we all know. It is not a static feature, it is a dynamic feature for a particular species population. The population size increases in a characteristic way. When a number of individuals of a population is plotted on y-axis and the time on the x-axis, the curve is obtained, and that indicates the trends in the growth of population, okay. These curves of population growth, these curves are called as the population growth curve, okay. Now these generally there are two different types of population growth curve, S-shaped curve and J-shaped curve, okay. That we will see one by one what exactly the S-shaped curve is. Now S-shaped curve is also called as the sigmoid curve. When a few organisms are introduced in a particular area, the population increases in a very slow rate, okay, in the beginning. That phase is called as positive acceleration phase or the lag phase, okay. In the middle phase the population increases and the increase becomes rapid. It is called as the logarithmic phase. Okay, and finally the last phase of the population increase is slowed down. It is called as the negative acceleration phase until the equilibrium is attained. At the last phase, the natality and mortality rate is of that particular population is supposed to be equal, more or less equal, and this result is shaped or sigmoid curve. Okay, so this is the introductory remarks regarding the sigmoid curve or sigmoid growth curve or S-shaped growth curve of a population. Coming towards the next, J-shaped curve. Now what exactly happens in J-shaped curve? Here the first phase there is no increase in population size because it needs some time to adjust in the new environment. Okay, now soon after the population get adjusted, it established in a new environment, it start to multiply rapidly and regain the log phase. It increase in population is continued till the large amount of food material exists in the habitat. Now see, initial growth is very slow, but as that particular number of individuals of that particular population get adjusted to the environment, they get to multiply rapidly. Okay, now what will happen after some time? Due to increase in population size, food supply in the habitat becomes limiting factor, and ultimately the individuals will be not feed properly and start to decline, die out, or extinction of those number of individuals takes place, and there is decline in the number of individuals in the population. Okay, so this type of conditions generally reveals J-shaped growth curve rather than S-shaped curve. Okay, now the next important feature is age distribution. Okay, now age is very important feature as far as the any population is concerned. Now age distribution in a population is influenced generally by natality and mortality, that is death rate as well as the birth rate. Mortality usually varies with age, as chances of death are more in early and latter period of lifespan. Okay, natality is restricted to certain age group, as for example in middle age group is in higher animals and mature plants, they used to reproduce only or form new offsprings. Okay, so according to the Bodenheimer 1958, the individuals of a population can be divided into 3 different groups. Okay, which are those groups? First one is the pre-reproductive group, that is young ones. Then second one, reproductive group, that is mature, and post-reproductive group, that is old. Okay, now when we observe such things as distribution in field, it is found that rapidly increasing population includes more young individuals. Okay, जो population rapidly increase हो रही है उस पे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा young individuals पाए जाते हैं. Okay, and the stable population have more number of mature individuals. जो population stable है वहाँ पे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा mature individuals आपको देखने को मिलेंगे. Then declining population have more older individuals. और जो population अभी decline होने वाली है या decline हो रही है उसमें ज़्यादातर older individuals आपको मिलेंगे. Okay. Now related aspect is the age pyramids. Now what exactly is the age pyramids that we will see? This is nothing but a tool to understand the age distribution in a particular population. Simple. The diagram shows the distribution by age of females and males within certain population in graphic form. Now on the basis of this particular tool, we can have the population may have certain different conditions. In the first one, what exactly is given there, that we will see. Here what exactly is we found, that is in the first figure, stage 1, the expanding population. In the expanding population, it has the high birth rate, okay, and rapid fall in each age group due to the high death rate. Now what exactly is happening here? The birth rate is high, but similarly the death rate is also high, okay, and here most of the individuals, they have the short life expectancy. The life expectancy is very less, okay. In the next stage 2, that is again the expanding population, but here the high birth rate is found, fall in death rate as more individuals are in the middle age, okay, then slightly larger life expectancy is found in this particular area in both groups, okay, males and females. The third stage of it is the stationary stage. Basically it is the declining with declining birth rate is found here, but low death rate is there, more people living up to their old age, okay. The next one, contracting stage, here the low birth rate is found, then low death rate is there, higher dependency is found in this particular area, and longer life expectancy is found in this particular condition. So one particular population have all these stages, okay. The next important aspect is population fluctuation. Now how the population is usually fluctuate, what are the responsible for the population fluctuation, that we have to see. What exactly is the population fluctuation? The size and density of natural population show a changing pattern over a period of time, that is called as the population fluctuation, okay. Then there are 3 types of variation that are seen as a population fluctuation. In the population may be a non-fluctuating. ये ऐसा कब होता है? If the population remains static over number of years. अगर कई सालों तक population में बहुत ज़्यादा change नहीं देखने को मिलता है, then that is called as the non-fluctuating population, okay. But if the changes are recorded or found in that particular population, then what will happen? It will be fluctuating population, okay. And this fluctuating population may be either cyclic fluctuating population or eruptive fluctuating population. Now we usually say that if there is seasonal or annual fluctuation, okay, then it is called as the cyclic fluctuation. We generally found that seasonal and annual plants, they get the number of these annuals and wheat plants get increased in their favorable seasons. So that will be only that particular season, okay. Those individuals will be added to the population, okay. After that favorable condition, it will be again removed out from that particular population, okay. So that particular type of fluctuation is called as the cyclic population. But eruptive population is the non-cyclic sudden addition or death of individuals from a given population. Now the best example is that in most cases in early monsoon, after the raining, we generally found there a number of insects and flies around us. So those individuals were never seen regularly in your life, but they appears or they get added to the population in that particular during that particular period only. Okay, so if such is the and the number is so vast. Okay, so these particular things, okay, this particular addition, it is called as the eruptive non-cyclic sudden addition. Okay, and the population is called as the eruptive fluctuating population. Okay, hope you had understand the concept of population ecology, at least the basic features of this population that we usually study under plant ecology. Okay, and we will again meet soon with the new concept, that is community ecology, very soon in the next lecture. Till then, goodbye, have a nice day.